Fallout New Vegas, a wonderful bug-filled mess where you play as a pissed-off mailman and slowly become an unstoppable killing machine. But what would happen if you put Subject 106 from Japan 2 in there? Today I asked the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas as Subject 106? While 106 is shown to be skilled with basically anything he can get his hands on, to make it more interesting, I will trick myself to using the 9mm pistol and submachine gun, the service rifle, the marksman carbine, any revolver, grenade launcher or shotgun, and the machete as a substitute to the sword. 106 can turn invisible at will, so I'll be using Stealth Voice to mimic that ability. He can also slow down his perception of time, so I'll be using Turbo if I can get my hands on it. I tried to make him as close as possible to the image of a log in the final mission of Japan 2. For 10 in strength, since 106 is said to have superhuman strength, 9 in perception because he can slow down his perception of time, 7 in endurance, 106 can take bullets like a champ but he's not in 1 charisma since it's just a dump stat. 2 in intelligence, 106 is constantly told that he'll be betrayed by the syndicate yet doesn't listen. 7 in agility, 106 is very quick in his feet but he runs out of stamina rather fast. And 4 in luck, 106 isn't the unluckiest by any means, but he's still not that lucky. I tag sneak, melee weapons and guns. I pick Logan's loophole since I think I'll be using a lot of cams and I doubt that I'll reach level 30 by the end of the game. And I pick fast shot. I make my way to Sunny Smiles before skipping the tutorial. I blow Joe Cobb's head off because I want his 357 revolver. I sell the varmint rifle in Cobb's clothes to Trudy and litter on the floor and head to Prim. On the way I make sure to shoot Barton's Thorn and take everything he has. I make quick work out of some powder gangers and steal their stuff as well. In Prim, I blast some convicts, steal their stuff and talk to Johnson Nash and sell some stuff to him. I shoot up the Bison Hotel to save Deputy Beagle. I don't know where I got the stealth boy from, but I use it to sneak behind and blow up a convict's pants, then shoot the remaining 2. After saving Deputy Beagle, I begin making my way to the Mojave outpost. On the way, New Vegas slaps me with a crash. Thankfully, I quick saved right before it so I didn't lose progress. I kill some convicts and squash some bugs on the way, as one does. At the Mojave outpost, I sell my stuff to Lacey and buy some stimpaks from her. I help Ranger Jackson with some ants for the XP and the service rifle. I was low on ammo, so I tried to use it sparingly, but I still ran out, so I resorted to punching. I buy some 9mm from a kind trader at the outpost and go to collect my reward. I got the quest from Ghost for some more easy XP. I begin heading to Nipton and get ambushed by the jackals. I tried to fight them but I didn't have enough ammo and got overwhelmed. I forgot that I had the service rifle so I ended up running away like a bitch. After I reached Nipton, they stopped chasing me and guess who just won the lottery? I still killed his bitch ass. I wanted to kill Vulpes but I knew that would be impossible since I thought I had no ammo. I spot some legionaries about to ambush some traders. I sneak behind a recruit legionary to kill him and take his helmet. The recruit helmet is perfect since it looks like 106's balaclava, even has some glasses, so I blow up his pants and machete his buddy to death. I help out the traders with the other 2 legionaries. The trader thankfully had ammo. On my way to Novak, I get approached by Malcolm Holmes, so I cut off his head. At Novak, I loot everything in the big dinosaur. I help Boone blow Jeannie Mae's head off and I sell everything I stole back to Cliff. I level up on my way to the prison and I pick intense training to perception. At the prison, I massacre every convict I see. I break Sheriff Myers out, get him his pardon and complete the My Kind of Town quest. I go back to Nipton and decide not to kill Vulpes. Then I go back to the Mojave outpost to complete Ranger Ghosts and Vulpes quest. On the way to Vegas, I get jumped by legionary assassins, which I get killed by. The second time I survive and of course loot the bodies, but they drained all my stimpaks. I decide to switch my course to Camp Forlorn Hope to get the Return to Sender quest to get some more XP. I go and upgrade Ranger Station Charlie Echo Delta, at which I level up and pick the Bloody Mess perk. I see that I'm close to Boulder City, so I decide to get the Boulder City Showdown quest, get the hostages and kill all the great cons there. I die 2 times there, but I end up completing the quest. On the way to Vegas, I upgrade Ranger Station Alpha. I get to the gun owners and buy some ammo. Then I go to the Crimson Caravan to buy some stimpaks. Get to Freeside and decide to steal everything from the Van Graffs. Of course, my impatient ass doesn't want to grab, go to the toilet and steal, so I decide that it wouldn't be too hard to kill the Van Graffs. Oh, how wrong I was. After a couple of tries, I decide to go look for Turbo. I make my way to Red Rock to see if Jack has any Turbo, but he doesn't have any. After taking out Jean-Baptiste, I can finally loot everything. I grab everything and go back to the Vendertron and buy some combat armor reinforced Mark II. I go to the strip and into Gomorrah, because Google says I can get some Turbo there. I don't know why, but I thought that Calandon had some Turbo in his safe. I kill his ass for the key, and of course there's no Turbo in it. All that did was piss off every Omerta. So I decide to kill every Omerta there. The Cashroom guard was kind enough to give me his right shotgun. I go around selling the Omerta stuff to traders, and when I return to Gomorrah to loot the remaining bodies, I get hit with a crash. Here's a little tip: if you get hit with the infinite loading screen multiple times on the same save, you can start a new game, load from there, and you won't get the infinite loading screen. When I load back in, I'm met with this monstrosity. After going back to the Crimson Caravan and selling the stuff from the Omertas and maybe stealing some stuff, I go to the tops to slaughter them like I did the Omertas. I punch Benny so hard his torso explodes. I level up and pick Shotgun Surgeon. I go back to Red Rock to see if Jack has some Turbo, which he of course doesn't, so I decide to kill the both of them. I make my way to Black Mountain to see if the Nightkin there will drop some Stealth Boys, which they of course don't. I free Raoul just because he's right there. I go back to Good Springs and find a Stealth Boy in the safe in the school. I go back to the Lucky 38 to kill Mr. House. I thought that if I used the Stealth Boy, the Securitas wouldn't notice me, but they did. At Mr. House's chamber, I punch his vegetable ass till he dies and I level up. I pick Silent Running. I go back to the top to clean up the Ace's room and go to Yes Man and tell him to go to the Lucky 38. I go to the Retcon test site to see if the Nightkin there have any Stealth Boys. I got 1 Stealth Boy from my dead Nightkin. I decide to go back to the strip to finish off the remaining casino, that being the White Glove Society. I go around selling the stuff from the White Glove Society and go back to the Lucky 38 and watch Yes Man upload himself to the computer. After watching the demonstration, I level up and pick Toughness. I go to Cottonwood Cove and travel to the fort where I decide to shoot it up. On the way up the mountain, I realize that I'm very underprepared. I blow up Caesar and his guards with a grenade launcher. I run out of ammo while fighting the Legionnaires near the weather station. I sneak around and activate the Securitron. The legionaries outside the fort respawn, so I kill them again. Then I go and wipe out the legionaries at Cottonwood Cove. And loot everything from the buildings. I fast travel from vendor to vendor to sell the stuff from Cottonwood Cove and the fort. While on my selling spree, I go to Novak to see if Ada has some turbo, and she does. After talking to Yes Man, I go to Red Rock to wipe out the Great Khans. While I'm doing that, I level up and pick Action Boy. After wiping out the Great Khans, I go to Hidden Valley and find the Brotherhood of Steel. I get kidnapped by them, but I snitch on them to the Ranger. I have no idea what happened, but the assassin squad sent to kill me for being a snitch got blown up by something. I return the favor by sneaking into the bunker, activating the self-destruct and running the hell out of there. I then make my way to the boomers and make George run into the firing radius. I would show more footage from the boomers base, but the footage got corrupted. I go back to Yes Man and inform him of the tribes I wiped out and which ones to ignore. I also tell him to ignore Kimball's death. He should have had extra security. On the way to the El Dorado substation, I get jumped by Legion assassins. I blow them up with the grenade launcher. So, after that little obstacle, I power up the substation and leave. I go and do one last shopping spree before heading to Hoover Dam. I fight across the dam. I try sneaking around the two guards posted up at the control room, but they notice me. So, I shoot their heads off with a mysterious magnum. Some more fighting until I reach the Legate's camp. I wipe every legionary I see in there. And come face to face with the Legate himself. After filling the Legate with enough bulk holes for a SpongeBob cosplay, he dies and I wipe out the remaining legionaries. I watched the Securitrons wipe the floor with Oliver and his rangers and prove that you can beat Fallout New Vegas as a Subject 106. Wow, you reached the end of the video. I just want to say thank you. I don't expect this video to do well, it is my first. I know the script, voicing, pacing and editing are pretty shit, but I'll try to improve. Goodbye.